Yeah, the ITV tour coverage is finished.
That's sad.
I definitely feel sad about it. I can't remember feeling this sad about something that wasn't like something actually sad in real life. You know?
Yeah, it's
when I was I decided I was going to write something about it at the end of last week, but I didn't realize how personal I was going to get about it.
Yeah,
I was thinking, I'll just write a kind of goodbye. This is what it's meant to the British public. But actually, I could quite confidently attribute the ITV tour coverage to me being where I am sat today.
Yep, same.
Well, but yeah, same. Johnny even more explicitly because of your I mean, it's
his nepotism.
Well, there's nepotism there, but for me, it was I was a casual viewer. I was home for the summer holidays from uni. But I just started riding a bike. Well, not just riding a bike. Started riding a road bike. I'd been riding bikes since I could walk more or less. But the first time I really engaged with cycling, and it's the summers were the only things that I watched for probably at least 4 years, and there were some really important memories around those times that I have obviously then stored with the ITV coverage, and it has. I think they even in the last few years. I mean, maybe even is a misplaced word, but they did set a very high bar that none of the other English language coverage that I've seen has ever come close to.
It's I was trying
their
to
preparation
think about,
is just nobody prepares as well as they do.
They what they do is that they manage to talk. They manage to explain. I was watching some of the coverage when I was home, and they managed to explain what's happening so that you get stuff out of it if you're like brand new or not. Like they just explain it in a way where it's like, this is what's happening, this is what you need to know, and not in the way that's like, this is what a green jersey is, and there are some riders who are sprinters and stuff like that. They also managed to, while being a rights holder on their second rest day show, which is like a magazine highlight show, they tackled the David Rosman thing, and then they had Matt Rendell doing a big magazine piece on Total Energies buying up carbon credits in South America, and like going into how the team's actually been greenwashed. The company's been greenwashing itself via the team. So like you'd never get that on TNT whatsoever. No desire there. Maybe not even the ability to do that in terms of, who they employ in their coverage. And speaking of nepotism, the one slight silver lining was that this year my sister was a runner, so she managed to get a credit. So at least the entirety of ITV cycling, 50% of the family has had a credit. But it's I texted my dad this morning just because it was a late highlight show, and then he's off on holiday today. So I texted him how it was, and he was like, it was quite nice in them because the program, like they'd made the program, then it rolls out, like it goes plays out at, I think it was 10 p.m. last night, and they all apparently sat in the same room and watched it together.
Lovely.
But yeah, it must be mad for everyone in there who's worked on this for like 25, 30 years to be like, that's it.
Yeah.
Absolutely mad.
Yeah. And it is a long time. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It sucks.
It sucks. It's,
There's just no American equivalent.
No.
When OLN stopped running the tour, I was like, oh, that's okay, fine. Don't care in the slightest.
It's just if other bad things weren't happening, both in like cycling and the world, I think it'd be easier. But you're just like another thing that's gone wrong, and we don't get any more. Like having like free ask the questions at team buses, and like get like a smart question.
How do we start pressuring TNT to hire him for July next year?
I don't think he'll want to. I don't think any of them will work in the same roles that they've worked in before.
Yeah, but they do still need jobs.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think they will. Well, maybe Freeb separately, and the new. But I think
we won't get Imlach.
Miller and Imlach are not going to do the same roles again. Ned will probably get asked to do world feeds at some point. But I certainly got the impression they were quite stoic about it. That was stoic is one of the things that they've always been. That kind of senior teacher who has been around and knows how to deal with everyone, and whatever situation is thrown their way, they just know what to do, and that's what they are.
I'll post it on Discord because I got sent over like the final closer montage for the live show.
Oh, nice.
Where it like kind of spanned like the whole time they've been on air. So
Yeah.
there's amazing like
There were some
footage
fantastic shots.
from
Yeah.
back in the day and what. But they had stuff like it was Armstrong winning all his tours, and then it just cut to like an interview and it was like, I've never taken any drugs.
I loved the choice
that.
of
And it was just,
song over that
it was
as
just
well.
great.
And
Like
the
it
choice
summed
of
it
song
up.
was high and dry.
Because they managed to like be like reverent and irreverent, right? They managed to like something I think we sometimes try to do, but obviously we're kind of doing it with like boxing gloves on, like trying to type out on our laptops in comparison, because they've got 30 years of experience of doing it. So it's just like they managed to treat it as a serious thing, but also be like, look at this absolute carnival of crazy.
Was
people.
the little Robin Williams clip in the actual highlights coverage? Because they've also been doing a YouTube question, mini show, which they did yesterday, and that was where the Gary Imlach in tears moment was shown. But they also did an extra little montage, a much shorter montage, which I think was kind of like the outtakes or the bits that were more personal memories, maybe. And there's a shot of Robin Williams leaning over the barriers in Paris, I think, just saying it's astonishing to be here. It's great to witness it. Yeah, it's a great little moment.
Yeah.
And that's on the YouTube highlight show. But yeah, I mean, it's
End of
it's
an
a lot of
era.
history. Yeah.
End of an era. History book closed.
Can I register a complaint?
Oh no.
With who? About who? Both good questions
ASO.
from me.
ASO.
Okay. Yeah, by all means.
I'm
with
pivoting
ASO
a little
about
bit.
ASO.
I'm
Okay.
like, you know,
Yeah,
as
we-
much as
we
I
should
love
be done now.
ITV, I've literally never seen.
You don't get it, Kaylee, man. You don't get it.
No, but you two have done it. You've done an excellent job. I think a lot of our listeners are American. They will not have any direct impact on them. But I think the important part of the story of it going away is like how good tour coverage can be and what it can look like, and can the remaining broadcasters maybe learn something, right? Like, can NBC take a page out of that book? I mean, they won't, right? I sat down with a lot of various NBC folks. We were staying, actually. The last night you were with us, Johnny, we stayed with the NBC folks. I had a couple little chats with them, and there's a huge amount of desire, particularly from the people on the ground in France, because they see the hate. They see it. They see it, right? Like they know. There's a huge amount of desire to potentially change things up a little bit, to do better. And I do wonder if there's something to be said for, can you take the best bits of ITV? Can somebody who's at ITV, can we do some talent acquisition?
Well, all they need to do is just ask somebody to prepare some history knowledge. They don't need to do. They don't need to do a full mini documentary with Matt Rendell necessarily. They just need to come a little bit better prepared. That's one of the things that, I mean, yes, you can hire experts and they can walk into a room, and if they're talking about a bike race, then they don't need any preparation. But if they are supposed to spend 2 hours watching a bunch of sprinters get ready to launch themselves at a finish line, they've got to have something to talk about that's not, look, there's an old building.
And wearing like baggy suits in the studio, like it's If you could marry,
it really doesn't take very much. I don't think.
No, I think literally
it's just a little bit more intent.
Add Freeb, and then combine him with Perino. So have Freeb like talking in Italian and French and Spanish and every language to the riders, and then have Perino on the mountainside in a hot tub with the guys. And then that
it's the
completes
perfect
what
combo.
I need from the tour. It's the perfect combo.
It's the perfect combo.
And maybe just kind of bring this. You don't want the energy level to come all the way down, but sometimes. At our friends with TNT, there doesn't need to be a children's party every single day.
You can build anticipation without having to shout.
Yeah.
You can still like tell an intriguing story. Anyway.
And I would just say, I'm not necessarily speaking, because I know that there is one particular presenter at TNT who gets a lot of stick. I really like Orla. But some of I think sometimes the energy level is brought up by everybody and it becomes a mosh pit. And I don't think it's Orla's fault. It's a group of people. It's also the commentators. The combination of which has gone a little bit off the rails, I think.
Well,
so
if you're the only broadcaster for like the UK, which is a fairly big market, you got to be good now. You got to be like really good and please like everyone, and probably play things a bit straighter and not try and
I think we should bring it to an end, or I'm going to start saying things I regret.